Hello, Peter for Sun Zero Cyrus here, and welcome to my reaction video or thoughts video on the recent announcement trailer for Tales of Zestiria. Now, before I really get discussing about the announcement trailer for Namco Bandai's recently announced Tales game in the making, Tales of Zestiria, which is going to be available for PS3, I thought I would just briefly discuss what's my overall opinion on the Tales series, just because. I love the series. As you can see how many games I own in the series itself. I love the combat system, I love the characters, and I love how it's overall really made. And as a series, I think it's a great series going from one game to the next, as it retains both the old elements that fans really like, but also some new elements to make it feel fresh when you're playing through a new game. So it retains that balance between old and new. And I'm such a big fan that I made various videos about the Tales series, from review videos such as my Tales of Zestiria and Grace's Elf review, as well making a ranking video about the Tales games, as well as why I love Tales series video. And if you're wondering what my ranking is, well, here you go. My favorite to my least favorite. Okay. Now that you know that I'm such a huge Tales fan, what do I think of Tales of Zestiria's announcement trailer? Well, it's pretty obvious. I'm pretty hyped for it. But at the same time, I am scared for a few elements I've seen in the trailer. Now, I first discuss what I'm really excited from what I see in the trailer, and what I'm not excited, which is basically one element. Now, the first aspect I'm really excited for from just seeing the announcement trailer is Zestiria's emphasis on exploration. Just from me seeing the main character Slay exploring the world in a rather open field. Now, this gives me a good feeling because just of how much potential this game has in terms of exploration. If pulled right, it might be the next Xenoblade Chronicles. Why not providing a world as big as Xenoblade Chronicles? If executed just right, I do believe that this game can make exploration just feel just as rewarding as Xenoblade Chronicles. And this is not just from me just speculating from just basing the main character running in a wide open field, but as well as seeing past mechanics in terms of exploration in the Tales series, if they could pull off 3 elements from the past Tales game and integrate it into this game, you can really get the next Xenoblade Chronicles, I feel. And the 3 elements are the discovery system from Grace's Elf, the vastness and variety of the world map system, and the field-to-field system in Tales of Zestiria with how it's executed. Now, why those 3 elements? For one, the field-to-field map progression in Zestiria just make it feel more immersive. And second, the vastness and variety of the world map system will make it feel like it's a really huge world to explore. And thirdly, the discovery system will make it so you have these unique waypoints for you to go out and try to explore them, and when you reach them, it feels rewarding since in Grace's F you do get items from them as well as skits, which in Grace's feel pretty rewarding. Even though that game was pretty linear, it had an emphasis on exploration through the discovery system, which I appreciate. Now, if they were to put this discovery system in a pretty open game, it would be great. And as well as like experience or SP bonus for you actually exploring them. So if they're able to pull these 3 elements well, I think that Zestiria can be the next Xenoblade Chronicles in terms of rewarding exploration. Now, the second aspect I'm really excited for from just seeing the trailer is Tales of Zestiria combat system being influenced by Grace's F. just from seeing that the game had a sidestepping or ramp step mechanic from the trailer. Now, if this is true, I would be ecstatic because, well, Grace's F has my favorite combat system in the series. Heck, that's my favorite gameplay in all the series. Well, the 3D games anyway. Now, I think it's way too early to say if this will be like Grace's F because science. Dang it! Why do you keep falling? Now, I think it's a bit too early to say if Zestiria really is going to get its influences from Grace itself just based on the sidestepping. It's really based on how the sidestepping plays. If it's going to be a more offensive game, or it's going to have that nice balance of offensive and defensive mechanics like Grace's F did, along with other stuff. But from what I've seen, I'm not that worried about the combat system being fun. I mean, it's the Tales series, and the Tales series usually have great battle systems and that are fun to play through. Now, the third thing I'm really excited for about the announcement trailer of Tales of Zestiria doesn't really have to do with Tales of Zestiria itself. That might sound confusing, but the third thing I'm really excited for is the worldwide release announcement. Now, why does that matter? I'm excited about that because it means that the Tales series is getting bigger, getting more recognition, to the point that the worldwide release is beneficial to the company since they know the fan base is there to buy their games. This is a totally step up from the past, where we had to literally beg for a Tales game to be localized. I'm just so happy that the Tales series can come this far, just from seeing how the past Tales game. I mean, look at Tales of Grace's F and Tales of Zestiria. We weren't sure these games were going to get localized. So, yeah, I'm really excited about the worldwide release, just for what it can mean means that the fan base is getting bigger. So yeah, really excited about the worldwide release announcement. Okay, those are the three main elements from the trailer. Three main elements that I'm really excited for just from seeing the trailer. But let's also discuss about the other stuff before I discuss what's my one fear of the game. And that's mostly about the look and feel of the game, mostly on its setting. Now, it seems that Tales of Zestiria is going to be a more traditional RPG, in that it's going to be really all fantasy. Now, I don't really have a problem with that. I like fantasy, but I will really miss the elements of technology and fantasy, like how was Exilia. I think Exilia was really creative for that balance between technology and fantasy. Tales of Zestiria art style, I thought, was freaking fantastic. Outside the field maps, the cities, the people, overall I thought it had a really creative world that I would really like to live in. But who knows? Fantasy can also be really creative when it wants to be. So I'm still optimistic that Tales of Zestiria will make some pretty interesting visuals, having a pretty interesting world. And before I get to the one fear I have about the game, let's talk about the thing that people will notice at the end of the trailer, which is the dragon. Now, it seems that just from the trailer and how they basically frame him, it seems that this dragon is going to have an emphasis in the main plot. And I'm excited for that. I love dragons. I think dragons are really cool. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm in a different location for this part of the video. Well, mostly because I want to redo this part of the video. Mostly because I don't think I articulate too well for this, so it might seem confusing, so might as well just redo it all. For this part of the video, my first take, I mostly discussed my one fear that Tales of Zestiria might cause. And that fear is mostly triggered by me seeing that Tales of Zestiria might have no battle transitions. And that fear is that the Tales of Zestiria might cause the Tales series to lose its identity, or one of its identities. Why do I think that? Well, mostly because I'm not sure how they're going to implement the LMBS system, the linear motion battle system, into a game with no battle transitions. Are they going to try to do that? Or are they going to try to do like a fully 3D game like the Star Ocean games or the other action RPGs that's in 3-dimensional? I'm kind of fear that the Tales might lose its identity, mostly because the LMBS system is one of the strongest identities that the Tales series gotta have. That's my one fear, that Tales of Zestiria might not have that balance between old elements that fans are going to come back to and new elements that make things fresh. It might alienate the old fans too much, but this is just really me speculating and not really have a lot of proof to back it up. But still, I think it's a real fear, a real fear for any series. So, yeah, that's all for my video, folks. Do you agree with my views or disagree? Well, let me know in the comment section, or do you have views of your own that you want to share? Well, this is Peter 4790 Cyrus here, saying farewell.